Most people spend their entire lives asking the wrong question. They ask, how do I become successful? How do I become rich? How do I become disciplined? How do I become confident? And yet year after year, they stay stuck. Not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack potential, but because they are looking at the problem from the wrong direction. There is a powerful mental model that was never taught in school. A way of thinking used by great investors, military strategists, entrepreneurs, and leaders. It's called inversion thinking. And once you understand it, you will start seeing life differently. Instead of asking how to succeed, ask how to fail. Instead of asking how to become healthy, ask what would destroy your health. Instead of asking how to build a great life, ask what would ruin your life. Because sometimes the fastest path forward is identifying what must be avoided. Imagine a soldier preparing for war. He doesn't only study victory, he studies defeat. He studies the mistakes that got others killed, the strategies that failed, the weaknesses that collapsed entire armies. Because avoiding disaster is often more important than chasing success. That's inversion thinking. Most people think success is built by constantly adding more goals, more strategies, more information, more productivity hacks. But often success comes from subtraction, removing distractions, removing excuses, removing toxic habits, removing the things standing in your way. Think about a sculptor. When he creates a masterpiece, he doesn't add marble. He removes it. The statue already exists inside the stone. His job is simply to remove what doesn't belong. Your potential works the same way. The stronger version of yourself already exists. You simply need to remove the weaknesses covering it. The laziness, the self-doubt, the endless distractions, the excuses. That's where transformation begins. Most people are trying to build success while simultaneously feeding failure. They say they want confidence, but constantly criticize themselves. They say they want discipline, but negotiate with their comfort. They say they want success, but spend hours consuming instead of creating. Inversion thinking forces honesty. It forces you to look directly at the behaviors producing your current results. A lion doesn't become powerful because it dreams about hunting. It becomes powerful because it hunts. Every day. The lion understands something most people forget. Results come from actions, not intentions. So ask yourself, what actions would guarantee failure? Procrastination, excuses, blaming others, avoiding responsibility, seeking comfort. Now do the opposite. The answers become obvious. The storm teaches the same lesson. When sailors cross dangerous waters, they don't only focus on reaching the destination. They focus on avoiding the rocks, avoiding the currents, avoiding the mistakes that sink ships. Because one bad decision can erase 100 good ones. Life works exactly the same way. One toxic habit can destroy years of progress. One destructive relationship can drain your energy. One addiction can steal your future. Inversion thinking teaches you to identify the threats before they become disasters. And that's a superpower. Think about your finances. Most people ask, how do I become wealthy? A better question might be, how do people stay broke forever? The answers appear immediately. Overspending, impulse purchases, debt, lack of patience, no financial education. Now simply avoid those traps. Suddenly wealth becomes much more achievable. The same applies to fitness. Instead of asking how to get in shape, ask what guarantees poor health. Junk food, no exercise, poor sleep, constant stress. The answers reveal themselves. Success leaves clues. But failure leaves clues too. And failure's clues are often easier to spot. That's why inversion thinking is so powerful. It cuts through complexity. It simplifies decision-making. It exposes blind spots. It reveals hidden dangers. And most importantly, it helps you stop sabotaging yourself. Because the biggest enemy you'll ever face isn't out there. It's inside your own mind. Your brain constantly seeks comfort. It wants the easy path, the familiar path, the safe path. But inversion thinking exposes the trap. Ask yourself, if I wanted to completely ruin my potential, what would I do? The answer is probably exactly what your comfort zone wants. Stay distracted. Avoid risks. Never try. Never fail. Never grow. That's why growth requires conscious thinking. The eagle doesn't learn to fly higher by avoiding the wind. It learns by using the wind. The warrior doesn't become stronger by avoiding battle. He becomes stronger through battle. And you don't build greatness by avoiding challenges. You build greatness by confronting them. Every obstacle contains information. Every setback contains wisdom. Every mistake contains instruction. Inversion thinking allows you to extract those lessons faster. Because you're constantly asking, what caused this? What should be avoided? What must change? And those questions create progress. The most successful people are not always the smartest. Often, they're simply the people who avoid the most mistakes. While others chase shortcuts, they avoid traps. While others seek comfort, they avoid complacency. While others blame circumstances, they take ownership. And over time, those small differences create massive results. The truth is simple. Your life is not determined by a handful of extraordinary decisions. It's determined by thousands of ordinary decisions. What you do daily, what you tolerate daily, what you avoid daily. Inversion thinking shines a light on all of it. It forces awareness. It forces accountability. It forces growth. And once you begin using it, you'll never look at problems the same way again. Because you'll stop asking, how do I win? And start asking, what would guarantee I lose? Then you'll eliminate those things one by one, until success becomes inevitable. If this message lit a fire in you, then it's time to act. Drop this in the comments right now. I remove what holds me back, so that I know you stayed all the way till the end. And you will eliminate the habits, thoughts, and actions standing between you and your full potential.